They say hospitals are where life begins and ends. But what if something never leaves? What if something lingers, trapped in time, in pain, in silence? My name is Chris, and this story, it's not something I share lightly. It's the one encounter that made me walk away from the job, and any building remotely resembling a hospital. I was just a freelance cleanup guy. No ghost hunter, no believer, just a guy with a job, until that day in Edmonton, Alberta, at the abandoned Charles Camsell Hospital. We were prepping the place for demolition. Just routine stuff, removing debris, capping wires, sealing holes. Nothing fancy. But the second I stepped into that hollow, echoing lobby, I felt it. A stillness. Not peaceful, not quiet, just wrong. It was like the building was breathing, like the walls remembered every scream, every death, every whisper. And somehow, they were waiting for us. The building was a corpse, cold, empty, but not dead. Our team of 6 split up, 2 to the lobby, 2 to the upper floors, and 2 to the basement and morgue. I was assigned to the main floor initially. Filing cabinets stood like forgotten sentinels, and busted phones lay like fossils of long-lost calls. It was quiet, too quiet. You'd expect the creaks of old floorboards, or the wind pushing through broken windows. But this silence, it pressed on your chest, made you feel like you weren't supposed to be there. We had just gotten started when it rang. A phone, an actual ring. Not a cell, not a ringtone. An old-school desk phone chime, echoing down the dusty corridor. We laughed, nervous chuckles. "Someone's got a doctor's appointment," joked our crew lead. But then, the ring just cut off. Mid-tone, abrupt, as if someone hit a switch. No fade, just silence. Seconds later, it rang again, this time from the far end of the room. Mike, standing near what used to be the reception desk, froze. His voice dropped. "I hear it. It's right next to me." But there was nothing there. Just an empty desk-shaped outline in the dust. No phone, no wires, no explanation. We should have left right then. But we didn't. We convinced ourselves it was a prank. Maybe some leftover system on a backup battery. Maybe even a cell phone hidden by thrill seekers. Anything but what our gut was telling us. I moved to the 4th floor with 2 co-workers. The silence up there? Deeper. Heavy. Like walking into a tomb that had been sealed for decades. That's when I found the chair. It sat by the window, worn and dusty like everything else. Except for the seat. Perfectly clean. Like someone had just been sitting there. A child, judging by the small impression. You could almost see the outline of legs swinging. We stared, confused. A breeze drifted through the broken pane, but the air was stale, dead. Then it rang again. The phone in the next office. We jumped. And when Sarah picked it up, her voice cracked. "This isn't funny." She turned the phone around. No cable, no jack, nothing. We bolted, down the stairwell, skipping steps, barely able to breathe. But when we hit the lobby, we weren't the only ones shaken. The morgue team looked wrecked, pale, eyes wide. One of them was trembling. They had gone to the basement, the morgue. The moment they stepped in, one guy, Jason, felt dizzy, like the air itself was pushing down on him. He left, disoriented, nearly fell on the stairs. Said it felt like he'd walked into a room without oxygen. One of the women, Carla, leaned against a clean steel table. Within seconds, she felt a sharp sting in her palm. She lifted her hand. Blood. A straight, almost surgical cut across her palm. No broken metal. No shards. Just a pristine, sterile slice. As if something had reached out and marked her. Then the lights flicked. Office. They heard wheels squeaking, like a gurney being pushed slowly just beyond the door. The kind of sound that gets louder, then stops. No one opened that door. They didn't have to. They knew what was on the other side, or worse, what wasn't. They ran, up the stairs, into the lobby, breathless, shaking. We all looked at each other. Something wasn't right. We had to leave. And just when we thought it was over, it rang again. But this time it was a cell phone. Our crew leader, Tony, answered it. We thought it was the contractor. He went white. He turned the phone to us. The caller ID read, Charles Camsell Hospital. 6 தேதி செப்டம்பர் 1011 பிற்பகல் 12:49 மணி. His hand was shaking. He didn't say a word. Just let it ring. The name, Charles Camsell Hospital, was right there. Clear as day. No one had that number saved. No one should have had that number. The hospital hadn't had working lines in over a decade. The phone kept ringing until the hospital faded from view. Mid-ring, it stopped. No missed call, no voicemail, just gone. He's never deleted that log. Says it still shows up every year, same day, same time, like clockwork. We told the contractor we quit, not just the job, all of it. We found different work, anything but this. No one went back. Rumors say the hospital was built over sacred ground, that the spirits inside aren't just echoes. They know who enters. Some say patients never left. Others say the hospital remembers everyone who dies inside. One janitor swore he saw a girl in a hospital gown, walking the halls in 2005, years after it closed. Another claimed to hear the intercom crackle to life, with names of patients who died decades earlier. I don't know what's real anymore, but I do know that when a phone rings in an abandoned hospital, and there's no line, no power, and no explanation, you don't pick it up. You run. Because some calls don't come from this world. To this day, I still have nightmares of that ringing. And sometimes, when I'm alone in the dark, I swear, I can hear it again. Ring. Ring. Was it warning us? Or was it calling us back? You decide. You. Reddit. Please listen to me. I need your help. I know this sounds insane. I know how it reads. But I swear, I am not crazy. I don't suffer from depression. I don't have hallucinations. I've never taken medication in my life. So why the hell did I wake up dressed in white, lying on a stiff mattress, in what looks like a psychiatric hospital? It started as an ordinary week. I remember going to work, texting my mom, watching reruns of old comedies. Nothing felt off. Nothing at all. Then I blinked and woke up here, alone. No windows. No memory of how I got here. They call this place Kramer Mental Institution. But that's not possible. It shut down in the 90s. I even Googled it years ago. Urban explorers turned it into clickbait. It's a ruin, a ghost of itself. So where the hell am I? The first thing I noticed, the silence. Hospitals hum. There's always noise, intercoms, footsteps, murmurs. But not here. Just a faint buzz from fluorescent lights overhead. The walls were a pale, sterile white, too clean, too artificial. A wooden desk sat in the corner. On it, a tiny cup filled with colorful pills and a sticky note. Take immediately. No name, no dosage, no explanation, just trust. I didn't take the pills. No way. That's how people disappear. That's how they lose control. Hours passed. Then she came in. The nurse, if you can call her that. Her uniform looked fake, like it was made from plastic, the kind you'd find in a Halloween store. Her voice, like a game show host, all smiles, all scripts, nothing real. She didn't acknowledge my panic. She just read from a clipboard. Except it wasn't real either. The page was blank. I told her I was fine, that I didn't belong here, that there must have been a mistake. Her response, "There's a reason for everything, sir." She left me with a schedule. 3 meals, 1 hour outside, and mandatory medication. Said I could press the panic button for emergencies. It didn't work. Of course it didn't. I waited. I listened. No footsteps in the hall. No voices. Just stillness. Then I remembered something. Kramer Mental Institution closed in 1993. Torn down, replaced by a hotel. But if that's true, where am I? I started searching the room, every crack, every loose tile. I found nothing but dust and silence. No vents, no cameras. Just a tiny hidden speaker in the ceiling that sometimes emits static, like someone's listening. That night I saw shadows under the door. Not footsteps, just shapes, standing, watching, unmoving. I tried calling out, nothing. Then my phone buzzed. I still had it, somehow. But the SIM card was useless. Every contact number was wrong, even my mom's. They'd scrambled my phone, but they didn't know Reddit. That's why I'm here. Day 2, or what I assume was day 2, started with a knock, then silence, then another knock. But when I opened the door, no one was there, just a tray of food and a folded piece of paper. Take your medication or face correction. I threw the tray across the room. That night, I heard whispers. Faint, male and female voices, repeating the same thing over and over. This is for your own good. This is for your own good. This is for your own good, I screamed back, begged for answers. The next morning, the pills had doubled, and the book on my desk, the one that read day 1 yesterday, now said day 4. They're messing with my memory. Time doesn't flow right in here. Sometimes I sleep for what feels like hours, but the light never changes. I never know what day it is. Then last night, I saw her again, the nurse, standing in my room. Just standing. I don't know how she got in. I blinked, and she was there, staring, smiling. I screamed until my throat tore. She never moved. Then she whispered, "Enjoy your treatment, sir." I figured something out, and it terrifies me. This isn't a hospital. It's a simulation, or a trap. I started noticing the same patterns, the same hallway sounds, the same tray placement, the same fake smile. The nurse isn't real, or maybe she is, but she's not human, or trained. She's mimicking, pretending. And the walls, they're not brick, they're panels, plastic painted to look like brick. I banged on one hard enough to crack it. Beneath it was steel, a set. This is a prison, a fabricated prison. But why me? Why this place? Today, I found something beneath the mattress. It was a photograph, black and white, a man sitting in the same room years ago. Same uniform, same pills, same blank stare. He looked exactly like me. And on the back, written in smeared ink, "You were here before. You'll be here again." I don't know what this means. I don't know who I really am anymore. I don't know if this is a memory wipe, a time loop, or something even darker. But if you're reading this, if this post made it out, please help me. And if I go silent, you'll know they found my phone. Somewhere out there, this place is real, and it's still operating. Watch your back.